Hi everybody, it's Carrie and welcome back to another video. If you guys don't know me, my name is Carrie. I run Traveling Pony Studios, which is a small crochet business that I made last year to help pay for my horse's medical expenses. They are never ending, y'all. It's like one day I get ahead, one day I get behind. Along with actually running an equestrian business as my full-time job, I also have my little crochet business, and I do all types of content here on YouTube. I do everything from like crochet with me, what I crocheted in a week recaps, market vlogs, and then hopefully once things settle down a little bit and I get a little bit more time into stores, I'll also be producing content focusing on my experience doing consignment in stores, since I'm also in 4 stores alongside doing markets. Today's video is going to be my nice sweet little weekly recap. It is technically the 22nd of September, so it is Sunday, and I have my next market on October 5th, so I am trying my best to work through what seems to be a never-ending list. As always with these market prep videos, not everything is like that I've done in this week is actually over here. Like squids and stuff over here. I've got like witch cats. Here's an example of one of them. So you know I've got witch cats, turtles, squids, tigers, Yodas, like they're all over there. So that will be for next week's video. But this one we're going to be going over basically things that I've done in this past week. A lot of this stuff is just still getting things prepared for my October 5th market. If you didn't know, I ended up opening 2 stores at the beginning of September, and basically between the 2 stores I think I brought about 130 items of product. As one can imagine, that will do quite a big like hit to your stock, as well as running 2 other stores at the same time. So I just had a ton leave my inventory at the beginning of September. I've been working super hard trying to get things back in stock. Like I think I've been crocheting like 10 items a day, sometimes depending on what I'm crocheting and if I have to ride or do certain things with the horses. I can even get like 15 done a day. Like it's pretty crazy up in here. So a lot of these items are still just working through restocking. I still have a few items that I still have to make, like possums, some repeats of mallards, a repeat of turtle colors, my little fuzzy bees, and then moving on to some of the more what I would consider larger medium items that I have to make for this next market. But I'm gonna keep working hard. I'm gonna try and do everything I can. I mean, I'm not saying I can do everything, but I'm gonna at least put the effort forward. Luckily, I am thinking that I don't believe any of my stores are gonna need a big restock before this market. I just checked in with one today and they were doing really good on inventory. Another one's doing good, and then the other 2 I had just restocked this past week. So I feel like if I have to restock anything, it's just gonna be like 1 or 2 items, small ones. And honestly, most of these items that I do bring to stores, I'll typically bring multiple of, especially if they're small items. Just to have like an example, I'll bring like 4 possums instead of like 1 or 2. That way there's at least some back stock. If they sell really well, I'm not necessarily running out and like feeling like I gotta like get this new stock to them. So I feel like I might be all right and not have to do any store restocks before that market, and that would be so nice. It would give me such like a relief of like no stress, because in the ideal world I would be crocheting all the things on my list. I would be adding things because I think I have about 3 new patterns that I am bringing, but I like to get 5 every market, and then I could definitely remake some of the flowers. But like I said, you never know. I try my best, and that's honestly all I can do, is just try my best. But this video is going to be going over basically everything that I crocheted in this past week. I've got my box, it's overflowing. Y'all know the deets if you've been here before. Like I said, this won't include everything, but we can all just imagine what it would be. So last week's crochet video, I talked about the Triceratops that I were doing, and I had mentioned that I just needed to do basically 2 more colors to get me to where I kind of wanted to be. Like I wanted to have a green variation, orange, a purple, a yellow, and a blue. And so this week I did go ahead and get those guys done. So the first one I have are these little green Triceratops. I can't tell you the color. I think it's like Agave maybe from Chanel Home Slim. This is the base color that I do for like my mallards and everything. So I went ahead and made two. I did bring this color to the last market and it did sell, and luckily this is a color that only goes to market, so I don't have to worry about replacing anything in stores with these two. I'm good. And then the last one I had were these two orange Triceratops. Man, I enjoy these patterns because they are very easy to work up, but they are kind of difficult to get eye placement. So this eyes are a little bit lower than like this guy's eyes. But you know, honestly, the thing I've realized the more that I do markets is I have done different eye placements. I have done small eyes, I have done large eyes. People like different things. I am kind of a large eye person. Like, I always go up a size on a pattern typically, and that's just kind of the style I like. But then you go to markets and people like want smaller eyes, or people want eyes placed in different areas. So while the eye placement is a little bit different, I don't think it's a bad thing, because I've just found that every single person in the world is gonna have a completely different taste, and maybe some variety ain't that bad. So I do have these two orange ones, and that is basically all the Triceratops colors. Granted, this one is in store, but I am not too worried about it. I don't think it's like the most popular color in the world. I have this one giraffe, and I do actually have the head and ears of another giraffe done, and then I just have to make the body. I had to make a giraffe for a store, so technically I have made two. I'm making essentially three in the end, but I'll have two. And so this one is just the second one that I made for my personal stuff. As I said, I've got like the head, the ears over there. So I just need to crochet the body, and then I will have two for myself for the market alongside probably the other one that I'll show you guys. I think I mentioned this in the past video. I know I've mentioned it recently, but I did have a custom order that basically it's been like, I don't know, 2-3 months, something like that, and I have not been paid. I have not heard anything from the person recently. We were supposed to schedule a time to meet up, and the time they provided, which this was at the beginning of September, actually late August, didn't work for me. So I just told him, I was like, look, ask me another time, I'll try and make it work. Like, they wanted to meet me really far away from my house, and I was like, I'm typically okay driving within like a certain distance because like I got stuff to do. I can't drive 30 minutes to meet someone somewhere and not get paid extra. So I kind of told him, I was like, no, I've got all this stuff going on. I can't drive 30 minutes to meet you. Like, it's great that it's more convenient for you, but it's not convenient for me. And I'm the one that's like, you want my product, so I shouldn't drive out to you. But I haven't heard anything. So if I don't hear anything before the next market, which I'm assuming I'm probably not, then I will go ahead and bring these guys to the market. And then if this person ever happens to contact me back and it's like, hey, I want these items, great, they can pay me a down payment this time and they can wait again. I do have one of the giraffes that I did for them without safety eyes, so this one will also come with me. Alongside that, I have this elephant that I had made that does not have safety eyes, so it will come with me as well. And then I have this little hippo without safety eyes that will come with me as well. I went ahead and remade two penguins. This is just getting me, basically I think I'm all caught up on penguin colors because I've got all my color variations. I think this puts me at 4 normal penguins, so I'm all good on penguins. But I went ahead and finished the last 2 that I needed to get done for this week. I went ahead and crocheted these 3 axolotls. This is the blue and green variation that I have talked about before. As mentioned, I have just dropped back my axolotl colors to only 3 colors opposed to, I think I was doing 7 or 8 at one time. I went to a pink color, a purple color, and a blue green. Honestly, my best selling axolotl colors are probably my pink being first, my purple, and then the blue green color. But I went ahead and made 3, so this puts me at 6. I have 4 of the purple ones. I just got really low on stock with these things. I feel like I'm constantly crocheting them, but then I was like, okay, well, I actually had to take quite a few of them to a store. I did catch up, but then I had to like ship it off. So I have these 4 purple, and this will put me at 6 for the amount that I have in stock. And then I have 3 of the pink axolotls, and like I said, this tends to be the most popular color. I have lots of little boys who still buy it in this pink and hot pink color, and I also have lots of girls. So this is definitely what I would consider to be like the most popular axolotl color in terms of like for me at markets and stores. This does typically seem to be the one that I do have to replace face opposed to the other color variations. I have one of these capybaras, and this is essentially just like I had sold one capybara, so I needed to get back up to 4. Y'all know me if you've been watching my channel for a little bit. The even numbers are like a really big deal to me and I like to be always on the even side. So I had 3. I went ahead and just remade it to get up to 4. I have 2 of these little sloths, and if I'm not mistaken, this puts me at 4. It's like either 4 or 6 for sloths. I can't remember. I want to say 5 or 6. Like, I'm trying to remember, but I think it's 5 or 6 for the sloths. So this was a new item I brought to my last market. It hasn't sold very well in stores, but I did sell enough at the previous market for me to feel like I needed to keep like more than 2 in stock. Like an item that doesn't sell necessarily super well, in my opinion, I'll keep like 2. An example of that would be like the color variations on the Triceratops, or a small item might also be like the ladybugs. I only sold 1 of them, so I kind of keep those guys at 2. I think these guys I sold like 3 or 4 at the previous market, so I did go ahead and make a few more, and like I said, I'm either at 5 or 6. I feel like 6 would be correct, but I can't say for certain. All right, I have all of these pop-up mushrooms. So I have 5 here in total, and excuse the fuzzies, y'all know they get everywhere. But I have 5 of these mushrooms. I had 1 left over that did not go to a store. Went ahead and made 5. I always say these things are so hit or miss for me. They'll sell really, really well, and then I won't sell any. And then they'll sell really, really well at stores, and then I won't sell any. It just all depends on who looks at them. So I do have these guys, so I have 5, so I got back up to my 6. Right here I have a single of the fuzzy bees, so I think in total this puts me at technically 4 fuzzy bees. On my list I went ahead and wrote 4 more down to get up to 8. We will see. I always say, like, it's very cute with the wool and everything. It's, you know, it's adorable, right? But I will admit there's definitely a huge hassle with working with this yarn. It splits a lot in terms of like the actual threads. It's very easy to split them, and it's quite a bit of pain. It slips out a lot, so it's kind of like, I have 4, I'm gonna try and get up to 8, but if I don't, my heart really break? No. And then here we are just doing the rest of the whale colors, so I will go over the whale colors for y'all. I have 4 of the light blue. I had 2 left over of the light blue, so this puts me at 6. I have 4 of the dark blue, so this puts me back up to 6 as well. And I have 5 of the pink, so this puts me up at 6. Honestly, it's so surprising. I honestly think my best-selling whale colors is probably the pink. I think if it's not the pink, then it would be dark blue. Purple, I didn't have to remake. I had so many left over. But pink and dark blue seem to be the best sellers, which is kind of funny because it's the same with turtles for me. My best selling turtle color is pink. I don't understand it. Like, I always tell people when I go to stores and I'm first starting out, they're like, pink turtle? And I'm like, trust me, you're gonna be texting me in a week saying, oh my god, the pink turtle sold, can you bring me? And sure enough, when I get text messages, it is always for pink turtles. I don't understand. I always would think green and blues. What do I know? Now we're gonna move over to the chicks and the roosters. So I have 5 of these chicks, and this puts me up to 8. So I bumped roosters, chicks, mallards to 8 opposed to 6, just because I do have markets where I'll sell a ton of them. I've never done this market before. This is not a normal market I do, so I don't have repeat customers going to this market. So I wanted to make certain that like items that maybe my repeat customers no longer are interested in, I need to have some stock of, because I'm gonna be in front of a totally different crowd than I normally am. And then I have 4 of the roosters, and this puts me back up to 8 for the stock. So essentially the only like last bird I have to make, I guess, would technically be the mallards, which I do have on my list. I need to make 5 of them to get back to 8, and then I will be pretty much done with all of that for that pattern as well for now. I assume I'm gonna have to make more at some point. So everybody, that was basically everything that I crocheted in this past week. Of course, y'all know the drill, excluding everything that's over there, and there are probably 30 plushies over there at least that are just like waiting for me to work on them and finish them, but a girl's got to keep crocheting as much as she can, and I don't have time to sew right now, so it's gonna probably end up being like one day of just sewing, and I'm gonna be so frustrated because I don't hate sewing, but I find it to be a hassle, and I'm like, ugh,
Come on, guys.
That's basically everything that I crocheted in this past week. As I said, I'm getting ready for my next market, which is going to be October 5th. I'm doing it in Alpharetta, Georgia at Crabapple Fest. And I'm really looking forward to doing it. It is my first time ever doing this market. And so I think I was reading online, the attendance approximation is about 35,000. So it will be the biggest market that I have ever done by a lot. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I hope you guys have an amazing rest of the day. Bye.